Hello, Thursday, the 5th of September, and it is my nephew Sean's birthday. I know he doesn't watch my videos, but I'll say happy birthday to him here anyway. His mom may see it. Stephanie, you might see this today. Good luck with your new job, Stephanie. Yeah, I was thinking of you the other day when I talked about being glad I don't have to work right now, and hopefully it can stay that way. Hoping Sean can find a new job. Tough times, people. Not getting any easier. I need to shamelessly promote myself a little bit today. Tomorrow is Bandcamp Friday. We haven't had one all summer. The bit of income that it has generated since it started has been helpful, and I've missed it. I have I have items to sell on my Bandcamp site. I have a couple of physical CDs, Interlude and The Muse, I still have copies of. The World is Burning, Randy still has copies of. The RAF album, I have a lot of those on vinyl and on CD. And that's a different Bandcamp site than my Dereck Higgins site, so I'll leave the link for both. Please, folks, I'd appreciate some support. I'm also going to do like Rick Beato and I'm going to subscribe. I actually am one of those people who's been watching Rick Beato unsubscribed, but I'm going to subscribe today. And he talks about how it's just a fraction of the people who watch his videos who are actually subscribed. And the same is for me. It's only a fraction of the people who are subscribed to me who have bought any of my music. And I appreciate your support. Yesterday, I did not end up writing anything new. I did a review of some of the more recent works that I've done, and I've already chosen 2 of the 4 segments that I'll do for my upcoming gig. I have plenty more to choose from. I was actually invigorated. It's been a while since I've listened to any of my tunes, except for the one on the low end, since I was checking how the vinyl sounds. Sounds wonderful. But that brings to mind that I think the way you say your online name is B. Luger. He had asked me, do I like Moby? Well, actually, I compare myself somewhat to what Moby does, and I like what I do better. I think I'm more interesting than Moby. It's not a put down. It's more like a comment. It's like Moby has a lot of access to equipment and stuff compared to what I do, and I think that what I'm coming up with for my taste is much more interesting. I follow him. And this last thing he does, he's on Deutsche Grammophon, and it's like, that's the modern world we're in. I don't see that, but there he is. I think I'm better. I do. Honestly, I do. So thanks, folks, for staying in touch. I see where a couple of you folks, regular viewers I can see too, Barris Wheel and Ghost and Bell, telling me to keep on talking. Well, thank you. I will when I feel like it, and I may today. I wish the talk could create action. Like, the school year has just started and we already have a school shooting. The first thing people do is go political with it regarding guns. And my thought is more psychological. It's a shame that, I'll show some records in a second, but let me get this one thought out. As you may remember, cruelty and kindness start in childhood, and cruelty and meanness in particular is there in spades when we're young. And technology hasn't helped that at all. I am certain that some of these kids who are losing it and going and shooting people up. There was a 14-year-old that did the shooting, this recent one. They won't tell us in the news, even when they find out, if they do find out why the kid went off. They won't tell us the real story. Chances are it could be something related to mental health or bullying, more than likely bullying, the kid being an outsider or being, you know what I'm saying. And there's plenty of movies. I've been watching movies, trying to watch movies lately. And there's just a lot of movies about tragedy and about how shitty human beings are to one another. So, no wonder the news is what it is, huh? And the divide and conquer just continues to go on. Divide and conquer, and we just, large numbers of people just don't seem to be aware of it, and so on it goes. So, there's my grousing for the morning. How about some records? I'll show some records. Three Trapped Tigers. To me, this is modern progressive rock. It's called math rock. To me, this is modern progressive, truly progressive rock. It's instrumental. It's very powerful, and it changes a lot. I like the sonority of this band as well. The keyboardy sound, and this goes back a few years. Three Trapped Tigers, Silent Earthling. It's real good. I'm doing a lot of digging in my collection, because like I was saying the other day, I forget what I have. So this is something that I had years ago when it came out and got rid of it because I didn't like it. And then in recent years, I saw another copy, so I bought it back. Alquin, I think they're a Dutch band. They're called progressive. Must be one of their early albums, because this is not progressive. Nobody Can Wait Forever. This is pop with them trying to do soul moves, and I do mean soul. Like back in the 60s and 70s Atlantic Records. Wilson Pickett and Aretha Franklin and Archie Bell and the Drells, and just some of that classic soul sound. They're trying to do it on here, and not very well. They're a good band. I'd like to hear some of the early stuff. I probably have, don't remember it. But this is a keeper. Okay? This is a wonderful album, and played it twice since I pulled it. Jazz. Tom Vandergeld, Children at Play. It's on the Japo label, which is somehow related to ECM Records. This goes back to the 70s. Vandergeld plays the vibes and percussion. This is just lovely. Just really nice. I don't know what else to say about it. The cover is fitting. I love that about ECM and these Japo records, where the vibe is caught in the graphics. This is wonderful. I had to play it twice. Beautiful, and the word lovely comes to mind to try to describe it. Old album, another old album I used to have as a kid, an early find as a cutout, and at the time I didn't appreciate it. I appreciate it more now. Elliot Randall, Randall's Island. Interesting how this U.S. version has the cover of the European cover on. Strange. He was, I think he's still alive, a session guitarist. He's played with everyone from Steely Dan to you name it. Very accomplished. And this is eclectic. And it goes from the R&B soul sort of thing into some pretty weird territory. Quite well. I like this album, Randall's Island. I dare say that my sense of appreciation for stuff that I used to not necessarily like has grown. So here's an example of where I kept not being able to find both of these records. It was messing with me for a while. Alton Gun. I was going to look them up. It's a modern band. They sound like they take a lot of stuff from, is it the Moroccan culture? It's very Middle Eastern. And I knew that I had two of their albums, but for the longest time I couldn't find both. Is this the one? Yeah, this one's on colored vinyl. Don't speak the language. I like the cadence of the singing, and it's very percussive and really cool. Alton Gun. I knew I had another album by them, and I finally found it yesterday. It was like just in the same section, but it wasn't next to its mate. Alton Gun on. This is the one that I played. I really like this. It has that traditional sound, then they go into pop sounds with synthesizers and drums, and they mix it well. Alton Gun. That's one that I'm still perplexed how I cannot find my Soft Boys single. It's like it's behind a piece of furniture or something. It must be. What else? Well, this is the only other thing that I've played. I may do a poll. This is, you would find this in the library music section if you were looking for it. This is Aminadav Aloni, Once. It's a movie soundtrack. I think it is. Yeah, it is. And yet, I found this as it was being touted as library music as well, which I have a collection of library music. I'm out of room, and that's back in the closet. I had to stick records back in the closet this year. This is really good. Mostly synthesizer. Some sound from the movie piped in. Impressionistic and kind of not bleak but stark, like the cover, like a stark landscape. Very imaginative. I found myself, I listened to the whole album. Really enjoyed it. Still having fun online, particularly with the 7-Up singles group. I had to ask a person who I think mistakenly posted a couple of albums there. I said, well, isn't this just for singles? And that went okay. But one that's still sitting out that I posted recently is this jukebox single of David Bowie, Dead, Little Wonder. Oh, geez, I forgot to, I misposted this. I have to go and fix it. It's Little Wonder on one side, the video edit, and Dead Man Walking on the other. So, Bandcamp Friday, besides me, I'd like to encourage you to show support to other musicians, people you know, people you don't know. Cloud Over Jupiter comes out tomorrow. Get this is really good. I had failed to mention that one of the people on this album, who's on my track, I'm proud to say I'm on a track with this guy, is Rick Parnell. Rest in peace on drums. Rick Parnell was in Atomic Rooster. He was in the band Nova, the Italian-based fusion band. He was in Ibis. Great drummer. He actually Gigged with Brand X and Percy Jones. I'm super proud to be on this album, and it means a lot to me personally that I play on a track along with Rick Parnell, plus all these other people. But the nerdy collector in me, that's like a feather in my cap, to play with these people, all of them, Jerry King, Dave Newhouse, the Muffins people, Ron Anderson is on there. I often forget to mention that on my last physical release interlude, which I have on CD available, Dave Newhouse guests on one track on flute. It's subtle what he does, but he's on there from the Muffins. He's on my album interlude. You need a copy. That music is good. It's not just me. I listen to a lot of music, and I was so pleased when I opened up the tunes that I've been working on. The shit sounds good. As good as anybody. Better than a lot of stuff it is. My music is better than a lot of stuff that's making money and getting acclaim. But that's the way it is. So, sitting out on CD, a couple of things that got played is this compilation from the Creation Records label. I like that label. The Patron Saints of Teenage. And some of the stuff in here is not aged well for my ears. Weather Prophets, Biff Bang Pow. So. But the stuff that still sounds good to me now is Felt. They're on here. And you can hardly see it. Mamas. And it's like it's not even on here. Pastels. I couldn't even see it. The Pastels. I really like that stuff. It's real ramshackly, but it's real good. And then played this recently. Best of Buffalo Springfield. Nowadays, Clancy Can't Even Sing. What a cool track. That's, to me, kind of psychedelic and progressive rock. That one track there by the Buffalo Springfield. The sign pointer in a way. So, I'll also share that Saturday is when the Low End album becomes available publicly, and it's the same day that Moore Mother is playing live at Low End here in Omaha. Really looking forward to the show, looking forward to meeting her. I have my copy, but Bemis said that they'll give me another copy of this when I come to the show. Looking forward to it very much, I'm really proud of this. Really proud to be on this. Discogs has... I'm listed on Discogs. They have a lot of what I play on, but not everything. I was updating my discography that I keep listed because, and this is number 165. 165 different records, cassettes, or something that I play on. That feels good. That's a lot, and a lot of the stuff is good, actually. Only a couple of things have made it into the actual Billboard charts. Like, for example, Icky Blossoms, their first album. I helped write that. Was produced by Dave Seatek, and I see that TV on the radio. Dave Seatek is in TV on the radio. I see in the music news that they are going back on tour. It's been years. I don't have their record anymore. I sold it, but they have a song that I really like, Trouble. That particular song by TV on the radio is real good, and I like the words as well as the music. I do like vocal music, but the music needs to hit me first, generally speaking. So, like someone was asking about Emmylou Harris, I respect her. I don't need to hear. I know she's good. So, like, it'd be like this. If I were a guest in your home and you wanted me to hear some music and you put on Emmylou Harris, I would appreciate it with you. I would be able to listen to it and say, yes, this is good. And whatever it is that's touching you, I could probably be touched too. But here at home, generally speaking, I don't choose the beaten path. To me, that stuff is the beaten path where everybody is. It's like there is so much going on musically that is just unknown to the great majority of listeners, it seems like. And that's what excites me and has all my life. Especially since the Beatles, starting with Rubber Soul and Revolver, where they started to stretch out, and I was saying, what else is going on over in England? What else is happening in Europe and other parts of the world? So that's what that's about. Let me see what I just get over here. I won't look, and that way we can both be surprised. Well, Marvin, Welch, and Farrar, do you guys know who these guys are? Hank Marvin, The Shadows, one of the architects of electric guitar sound. There he is right there. The Shadows, right? And this is what he did afterwards. This is Steps from the Shadows. That's what they call it. This group put out a couple of albums. I think I have one other by them. This is, I think, a compilation. Good stuff. Really good playing, really good songwriting. Yeah. So as important as these musicians are to the history of rock, there's probably a lot of folks who have heard his playing, don't even realize it, or are unaware of the scope of his legacy and how he's influenced just scads of guitarists. So there's a pull for you. I think I'll leave it right there and see what the day brings. I'll leave the links to my Bandcamp. The whole thing about Bandcamp Friday is that's when they waive most of their fees and the artist gets the majority of the sale. That's what makes a difference. Even if you don't want to buy any music, you can make a contribution to the channel through my PayPal. It's my email, dereckvaughn@gmail.com. Really the easy way is to just buy something digital on my Bandcamp website and just never listen to it. Although I encourage you, since music is supposedly the common denominator that brings you here, that we share. I'll say it again, shamelessly, I have made some really good music. And I'm listening to new stuff all the time. One of the things that I'll mention, because I listen to music that I don't have on vinyl or CD to show you, but there's this label out of Africa, I don't know which part, Nyege Music. And the most recent video that they uploaded is this duo called Arsenal Mikebe. If I can remember to add these links, I will, so you can find this stuff. But there is some really cool stuff coming out of Africa. Very psychedelic, very non-traditional, very cool shit. Very cool. So one more thing. So I've gotten back to the Das Rad Fun Fair I also saw another review and Martin Archer's response to it. And so, this is a concept. It's the back cover now that's, okay. Funfair. It's deserted. This is a treatise on the world now. It's bleak and it's dark and it's ponderous. This is some deep shit. Martin Archer with your bad self. Excellent. That's what I got for you today, folks. Hope you're well. I would really appreciate your support on Bandcamp Friday tomorrow.